welcome to another episode of the Mason Gang. I'm here in Minnesota and I could use your help because we want to start a podcast and I need some insight from some absolute experts like all of you, and I am just hopping to our building next door to take a peek at a few options. You guys remember the one and only Olio, don't you? Oh, what a great place. But before I fly down to AZ today, I was just here for Christmas. We are actually checking out this space for a podcast. Option one, we were considering putting together a little podcast studio right in here. So some chairs, TV up in here, TVs at a table, so if we have any guests that come in virtually, and then my dad and I would sit on each side, then you'd have this as a backdrop, this is a backdrop, this is a backdrop. So you got one camera angle right here, videoing people, just pretend someone's in that seat. Camera angle this way, then you might also watch people from a camera angle this way, which would be kind of cool. Just kind of having that as a backdrop, we think would be kind of cool. The concern I have would be, look at how high these ceilings are, and there is an echo in the space. So is this a problem? Like, is this gonna be nearly impossible to work with? Or is this gonna be something we can work with? And tell me this, you can see Ronald hiding back there in the corner. Yeah, would that be distracting if we had a podcast going this way? So I guess my question would be, would it be cool if we were doing it when it was used more? Or would it be cool, or would it be nice if nobody was walking behind it? Like, is that a cool added feature? But yeah, let us know. Would that be cool? Is this gonna be a problem for us? That's kind of what we're debating. Now, the second option would be the following. We'd come potentially down here, and I don't even have my stand for holding my phone, so my shoulder is sore because I haven't done this in a while. This is the downstairs space. And I mean, yeah, I think it's cool down here. I'm curious if this would be easier to work with or harder. Ceilings are, I mean, see, I'm touching the trusses here. Those aren't trusses. I don't know construction. I just do the work sometimes. So we're looking at 8.5 foot ceilings down here instead of 16 or so upstairs. There's definitely some more variety down here, in my opinion, and I want to know your guys' opinion. So let's do some imagination. We'd either have chairs set up here, or we'd have them set up here, and this would be the backdrop. So like these would be the different angles that we get, the different shots we get. We want to be able to digitize the podcast the best we can, and we want to get angles and camera views that allow us to put it on social and have people interact with it. And you know, we also want it to be a kind of cool place for our guests, and we just slowly expand over time and do different things, add more stuff, add more TVs, more cameras, more lights, more action, you know? But I'd love to know your guys' opinion on that too, just to kind of get an idea of what do you like more? Do you like something like this? We do work on the wall. We got 2 inches of rain over Christmas, so there's a bit of a leak there, but that'd be fixed up. And I mean, I have my vote, so don't let me sway your opinion by any stretch of the imagination. We just want to get your feedback and get an idea of, yeah, from a larger audience, what they would prefer to watch and maybe what location interests them more. So thank you. That's kind of the bigger reveal or breakdown of a podcast that's coming in the very near future. It's exciting. I just realized that spent about an hour longer than I wanted to over there. So my flight to Arizona leaves in 1 hour. Thank God for TSA pre and clear and all that jazz, or else I would be missing my flight. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't know, and this is more of a Ronald Mason project, I would say. And by that, I just kind of mean he's kind of leading the charge on the podcast, and I'm kind of one of the hosts, so it'll be great. I'm going to touch base with you at the airport because I have a couple things to share.
Well, this isn't a good feeling when you're late to the airport. Oh, dang. I should do a better job keeping track. That is for sure. So my flight, see, it's 2:12. My flight leaves in an hour. It's all right. It's okay. I mean, there's no reason to stress about it. Luckily, I'm home. So worst case scenario, I surprise Ashley and go home to her tonight. She'd love that. I'd love that. It's not like we have people working until, well, we got a few days until people are coming back down to work. So it wouldn't even be that bad. The worst case scenario would actually be pretty darn nice. So I don't know. I think when you get stuck in a tricky situation, it's good to think of worst case and really imagine worst case and decide if it's really worth stressing about at all. And I guess in this scenario, it might not be. But do I still wish I was in that? Going that fast? Sure do. But all right.
Don't have a lot of time to talk because I gotta hop on this flight, but nerve-wracking thing on top of it is Ashley decided to give me a call that she is having contractions, so she called the hospital. And yeah, hopefully she doesn't go into labor, or else I'm gonna fly to Phoenix and fly right back. But I think she should be okay. I hope. That's a nerve-wracking thing to think about the next 3 hours on a flight, but we made it on time, so let's just hope we go the next 3 hours without a baby being born. Hey, I made it to Arizona. I worked last night, and I've been working all morning. It's about 2 o'clock. I just needed to get out of my head a little bit. So what took place last night is I got to the airport, or on my way to the airport. Ashley calls me and she goes, "Hey, I've been having contractions." I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's like a month and a half early. Keep me in the loop. And she's like, okay. And the crazy thing is, like, she just went to the doctor yesterday morning. So she just went in. The doctor said, yeah, you got time. Everything's good. So one thing they did say is they were like, your blood pressure's a little high, so keep track of that. So we kept track. We did it when we got home. It was like 130 over something, and they're like, call if it's at 160 because that's bad. We're like, well, good. So it's low. Anyway, so it's like 2:30 in the afternoon when Ashley says, hey, I've been having some like contractions ever since you left. I just want to call and let you know I'm fine. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Keep me in the loop. Then Ashley gives me a call at 3:30 and she's like, hey, like it's getting bad. I don't feel perfect. I'm going to call in. So she calls in. Nurse is like, okay, you're fine. You just need to, if you have contractions of more than 20 seconds, or sorry, contractions of 60 seconds or longer, so they last 60 seconds, then you should be coming in. And also, if you're having contractions and you have high blood pressure, there could be something wrong with the baby. So make sure you let us know if you don't feel at least 10 kicks per hour from little baby girl. We're having a girl. So anyways, I'm like, okay, great. Like she doesn't have to go in. I'm gonna hop on this flight. I'm gonna go to Arizona. So I get to Arizona, I'm here, and she calls me, or I call her right when I land, and she's like, hey, I have not felt very many kicks from the baby, feeling a little concerned. So I'm like, okay, that stinks. Let me know. We just stay on the phone for like an hour. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to call them. Or I guess I finally convinced her to just call the doctors. Cause it's like, what shame is there in calling and trying to find out if everything's okay? She calls in. They say, hey, you should probably just come in and get checked. So she went in the hospital like 10 o'clock last night. And she got heart rate monitor put on for the baby. Baby's heart, good. So we're all good there. And then they actually did a blood pressure check and she was sitting at like 156. So that's pretty darn high. So they made her stay there, relax for an hour to try to get that blood pressure down. And then once that blood pressure went down, they gave her a steroid to slow down contractions. And then they did a bunch of blood work to see if she was doing okay. So good news is blood work came back good. She probably has something, or she's in the stage of preeclampsia. And that's something where your blood pressure kind of gets out of whack and your kidneys could potentially be damaged, so you're not getting the right amount of protein to the baby or yourself. So they suggested that we might end up inducing early to avoid any negative repercussions with that. And then we'll just have to keep track of Ashley. So with all of that being said, I need to go on this walk because as a husband and someone that cares a lot about his wife and everything else that's going on there, it feels stressful being here. Like here in the desert, all the way across the country from someone you care about and love so much and want to take care of and protect. It feels difficult to be here doing landscaping and setting up the business and working on the business. Luckily, we're both on the same page and we got everything mostly figured out from the standpoint of, realistically, if she starts having contractions and has to go into labor and be induced, I'll get a flight as quick as I possibly can and I'll get there, and this is just a part of the journey and we're just figuring out how to handle it away from each other. And we were up until late last night, me just being on the phone while she was at the doctor's, because I want to be there for Ashley as much as I possibly can, or in any way she wants me to be there. And that's just part of the journey. So I thought I'd share that with you, but I'm back here in the desert for the next couple of weeks. I hope to make another vlog for all of you guys, but I just wanted to kind of give you an update on really what's going on. Landscaping stuff, baby stuff, and hopefully a new podcast. So thanks for watching, and feel free to go take a peek at those spaces again and let me know which space you like more for podcasts. Option 1 is the upstairs, option 2 is the downstairs. So thank you. I love all of you. I'll see you in the next episode of the Micing Gang.